Hey guys, what's up? Hopefully I'm live. My name's Crystal, if you guys haven't met me before. Tonight I have a special guest. He is pro wrestling's. Okay. Okay. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the Death Hour. As you know, I'm your host, Crystal, tonight. Tonight we have pro wrestling's jackass, Dale Patricks, joining us. Maybe.
Hello.
I guess while we're waiting for him to join us, I can fill you in a little bit on Dale. I don't see him. He is 2015's Prince of the Deathmatch, 2017 Dynamite Cup winner, 2018 Lord of Anarchy, 2019 AWR Deathmatch winner.
Hello.
Sorry guys, I'm having some issues here.
Hello.
Looks like we're having some more problems. That sucks. I mean, I could keep going on about Dale, but there he is. Hey, yay, we got it. What's up, Dale?
Nothing much. What's left, you guys?
Not much, living the dream. Just got off work, so here I am.
Yeah.
How you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty
Good,
good.
good. Thanks for joining us so late.
No
Life.
problem. No problem.
So I typically start the show off with, I don't know if you've seen it before, with a little game. If you're up for playing.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, cool. The game is called Would You Rather, but it's deathmatch style. So I'll basically give you a couple weapons, and you choose which one you would rather pick. A little difference between what I normally do is some of these I've seen you take. So I'm just curious as to as to which ones you'd like. Well,
Was
I
it meant
guess
to?
like is prefer, I guess. So okay, so my first one is let's see, would you rather you're gonna love this one, a gusset plate guitar
No.
or a board of knives?
Fuck me. Starting off hot. I guess is what. I guess is
I
what
did
we're
that on
doing.
purpose.
Um.
Because we all know how you feel about, gusset plate guitars.
I'll have to go with probably a board of knives.
Yeah. Have you done board of knives yet?
Board of knives? Hell
Yeah,
no.
like just no. It looks
No.
so scary to me.
No.
Like I'm like, oh, there goes the liver. We don't
I
need
mean,
that.
it'll be nice to do. It'll be nice to do once, I guess. I don't know.
I
Uh,
mean, you never know till you try. I guess.
the gusset plate guitar, though. I mean, I took the gussets off the guitar because I'm
I know. I saw.
not that fucking stupid, but still, it wound
Yeah.
up fucking me up. So I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I still like still to this day because I remember watching you take the gussets off there, and I was like, oh, thank Jesus, he's taking those off there. And then when it split you open, I was like, oh God, thank God he took those off there. But your
Yeah,
dad still went out there, and you wrestled two more times, right? Because that was that like Prince?
no, that was
No,
King. I want to say that
yeah,
was King 2017. Yeah,
yes, I
yeah,
believe that's correct. Yeah,
it
yeah.
was King 2017, and I remember like right after it happening, you were back there, and someone else. Who's the what was the blonde
Cat,
haired
I think
lady? Yeah,
Cat
Cat.
Cat was
Yeah,
back there. I don't
yeah.
remember if I was back there or not, but I remember Cat was back there.
I'm horrible with names.
Oh, it's
I
okay.
don't remember names.
I am
But
too.
yeah, you and Cat were back there, and like a bunch of the boys, and I remember all I could do was like I was feeling where the blood was coming from, and still to this day, like I can't believe I was able to stick all four fingers underneath my scalp and like almost touch my skull. That was probably
Oh,
the worst I've ever been injured in deathmatch wrestling. Was that?
yeah. Well, there goes my question for later on.
Oh,
So
oops.
it's okay. You've been answering questions all day, apparently. And that's cool. That's cool, though. So my next one is tattoo needles or skewers.
Oh, dude, that's a good one. I love them both.
Yeah.
I
Oh, me
don't know.
too.
If I had to
Dude.
pick one or the other, it would be
He's coming in the camera.
it would have to be skewers. Just because the
Yeah.
tattoo needles, like whenever I get tattooed, obviously I hate it, but I love it at the same time. So I don't know.
I
I'll probably do
love I
skewers over
love getting
tattoos.
tattoos. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tattoos are really calming to me. Like I usually fall asleep. My person's usually like, "You okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm good."
I'm normally sitting there doing this, like biting the bottom of my tongue and just like waiting for it to be done. But obviously I love whatever I'm getting
Yeah,
done. So
yeah. Um, so I usually do four, but I only could think of three tonight because you know,
pretty much
unless
answer
I
the
come
rest.
up with something later. Do what?
Yeah, pretty much answer the rest.
Yeah. No, these are my the questions for my would you rather. So what about I know I've seen you take both of these. That leads into my next question. So the light tube fan, with that, the one that Oren used, or candle wax.
Oh boy.
That's what I was gonna say.
Um. Well, I can't say what I want to say with kids around, but I guess I would keep it at the light two fan.
Yeah, that was so cool. That was so
Yeah,
cool. I
yeah,
loved that match. So how was that? Like, I think that's from what I was told, that was one of the first light tube fans
yeah,
in the states.
yeah. That was the first light two fan in the states, and that match was from top to bottom probably the best I think death match I've had in a while since then.
Yeah, that was an amazing match.
I don't know for like I was just on one that night, and Orn like me and
Oh,
Orange
was
just meshed really well. Like
oh
he
yeah,
he came with ideas, I came with ideas, and then we had the idea of putting Necro as a ref in our match, just
that
like
was awesome.
fucking legend refing our match. Yeah, fuck yeah, let's do it. So I guess it was just like just the chemistry me and him had was just
Mhm.
super easy and
Yeah.
so much fun. So
Yeah, yeah, that was. I loved that match. It's actually by far probably one of one of my favorite matches of yours,
thank
and
you,
and
Kristen.
Oren's as well because I'm definitely I
Yeah,
love him. He's pretty awesome.
yeah. Well, fucking good luck
Um,
to him out in Japan. Fucking see he's doing good shit over there.
oh
So
my God, I know. I'm
oh
so
yeah,
happy for him, and he's been busting tail lately.
yes,
Yeah, he's
it's
getting
always
it.
good.
Yeah, yeah. As you see the questions pop up, feel free to answer them.
Okay, let's see if I can understand technology for 2 seconds. Hey Dale, your thoughts on the Takeda injury that just happened from pictures recently seen? All I heard was he had 50 stitches. I never saw what
Ooh.
happened to him. Um, I can't really
Yeah,
click
I
on a
haven't.
picture,
Oh,
but
the picture is just a picture, I believe, of Oren, but I
okay.
can't see it either. I can only see part of it. I
Um,
just heard about that, but I don't know what happened. I saw pictures of him being taken by ambulance, so
yeah,
hopefully he's okay.
yeah, definitely, definitely. I hope he's okay too.
Oh, he sliced his
Um,
back. Oh yeah, was that on? I think it was from Knives actually. Um, Go figure.
yeah,
I think I saw pictures of that. That looked pretty crazy.
yeah.
Hopefully his kidney and livers are still kidneys and liver are still intact.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so let me get some more notes out here. So tell me about training under Billy Rock and actually recently just seeing him again at Bizarro Lucha, which was pretty cool. I was pretty happy about that.
Um, Training with Billy Rock was probably the best move I could have went with at that point in time.
Mhm.
Um, 2011. Yeah, yeah. 2010, 2011 is when I got with Billy. I found him out through Trip Cassidy. He told me about him, and
Mhm.
the whole story about people know me and him. Me and Trip used to go to high school together, or go. We've been through school since fifth grade, and
Oh
like
wow.
one random summer in high school, I came back and I was talking about how I went to WrestleMania, but I really fucking didn't. But the teacher was asking everyone, and I
It
said
was your
something
answer
about,
to what you did during the summer
yeah,
when you
yeah, yeah, that
lied.
one.
Nice.
And
I
one of
wish I
the
would have
ones
thought of something
was,
that cool.
well, the one show I did go to that summer was an IPW show they used to run at the Salvation Army here in Indianapolis. And I saw Drake and Mox in like a dog collar match, and that
Oh,
was insane.
nice.
That's what honestly got me into, besides Mick Foley, which probably get into that a little later. But besides that, that's pretty much what got me into like really wanting to do wrestling and get involved in that hardcore stuff. So,
Nice.
mm,
Nice. Yeah, Mox is he's pretty crazy. Like seeing him so tame in the WWE and then seeing his other stuff.
yeah,
Yeah. Just
it's
like
like,
wow.
um, I mean, obviously he developed like he knows like what to do in that situation. Obviously, he had a mind for it, but just to see like before he was able to like go to WWE and all that stuff, like in his early years, he was an insane person.
Yes, he was. That is the truth. Oh, so when you started wrestling, that was in 2011?
I
Is that
started wrestling uh November 2011, but it was like a battle
okay?
royal for a promotion up in Lafayette.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So you just started off with your normal, regular matches and then kind of
Yeah,
just you just decide one day, I'm doing this and
yeah,
just kind
I
of
was.
jumped in.
um, I was about, let's say, 3 or 4 years into the business, and I was at, I think it was an Evo Pro show, or like, oh, that picture's nuts. Yeah.
That's so you. Love the beads. So
Uh,
cool. That jacket. Did you borrow Effie's jacket for that?
no, that was that was another wrestler that we trained with. That was her jacket.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
then it could fit my skinny scrawny ass, but no, I don't think it would do too well.
It would be a medium on you now.
Um, but yeah, I think it was like 3 or 4 years in business, and we're at Evo Pro down in Clarksville, and Ian was there. And I told Ian, I was like, hey, I really want to try out deathmatch wrestling. I just really want to do it. It's been something I really wanted to do since I saw it back in 2008, 2009 with Moxley and Drake. And of course, like Mick Foley, like so many Mick Foley matches I was a fan of. One with Randy Orton, how he made Randy Orton come out of his element to like step into like a new realm, kind of get into his world. And another one was him and Triple H at the Rumble in like their street fight.
Yeah.
So those really got me into the idea of doing it. And back when I was like 10 or 11, I used to backyard wrestle by myself, and I had like plush dolls with like had Macho Man, Hulk Hogan, all that stuff.
Oh, nice,
And
nice.
I used to have like 20-foot ladders and jumping off with them, giving like tombstone power drivers on like chairs and stuff and like jumping in. So like
That's really cool.
something I've been wanting to do ever since I was a little kid, and then finally was able to get my foot in the door with Ian. So
Nice, nice. Haven't seen you up there in a while. I haven't been up there in a while either. Life is crazy.
yeah,
Yeah.
just a lot of stuff
Yeah.
going on.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Let's see. There's some places I wanted to mention that you've wrestled before. IWA was one of them. Have you ever done Deep South or just Mid South?
I've done Deep South. Yeah, I've done East Coast, Deep South, and Mid South.
Okay, cool, cool. And then CZW, of course. Um, ICW, that was,
Yep.
I know you've been there a few times.
Yeah.
And AWR,
Hmm.
WCWO, that's really not really deathmatch. So I know you've had some like street fights though, right?
Yeah,
Um,
I had a
off
death
and on.
match with Levi Everett at like it was like a fight or die WCW mix show.
Oh
So
yeah,
it was
yeah,
one of those. But I had a death match with him that night, and that was probably like the last one, the last death match they had, because
yeah.
they weren't planning for the stuff that we did, but we had way more. The stuff that we did have, we had way more of it in the back. Like we had light tubes and glass and all that stuff, but last second they just took it out,
Oh,
and they gave us what we had in the match, and I was so pissed, so pissed,
oh, I bet.
and so I took what I had and I tried to find the craziest thing that they haven't seen, and that's where I know me and Joshua did it previously before, but they haven't seen it in Indianapolis, so I did it with Levi, and that was like a huge thing, and people didn't know what to do about that. The promoter was like, "Oh my god, I didn't know you guys were gonna go that crazy." I'm like, "That's tame compared to what I'm normally used to." So okay,
Yeah. Well, if you get you in the ring, you're not called, jackass for nothing, right?
yeah, yeah, unpredictable. So.
Uh, let's see. We've also seen you at Instinction Pro and Pro Wrestling Trainwreck. That was couple times this year, right? In October, you were there,
Yeah.
and then their day. Well, no, it wasn't their debut show, but their other one of their other shows, I think, right?
I did there. It was around St. Patty's Day because they had that
Oh yeah,
DQ.
yeah, because Fire Dwarf. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, he had his
Oh,
death match.
shit.
God, I thought he died. I swore to everybody that you guys killed him. I'm like, oh God, he's dead. He's broken.
Oh, man.
That was good times. Good times.
It was a few times too, wasn't it? It was the Southern Sickness. Then it was the
Hmm.
one down in um what was it? New
It was a.
Albany, Indiana.
Oh yeah, New Albany. Yeah, yeah, that
Yeah, and
show.
then the one in Memphis. Yeah, so it was three,
Yeah,
4 days. Yeah.
yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, the one in New Albany.
What's up, Joe?
Um,
How was it being the first one to take the first Light 2 fan hit back in ICW?
they
It
must have
sucked.
missed that.
It sucked, but Joe, it was something new that was coming to the States, and it was Owen's idea, and I said, "Fuck yeah, let's do it." Something to give the ICW fans something to look forward to. So
It was beautiful. Like if you guys weren't there, oh, it was so beautiful. I loved it so much. I just, I can't help it. So you gotta tell me. I know you said no to it earlier, but Gary Emmett posted something about baked chicken. you are you. It's just
the most
inquiring
random
ones.
shit. The
What?
most random shit. At a
Oh
random
yeah.
uh what show was it for AWR? It was earlier later last year. I think it was like November or something. It was around Halloween. And one of the dudes that are helping AWR right now, he mentioned something about a turkey and how I should dress like something about putting a turkey on my dick or something. Something like that. Something real fucking stupid. Okay. Got it. Yeah.
Is that the
Okay. Yeah.
that's the picture? You know, you can find anything nowadays online. I
I mean, I'm worth money, but goddamn. $7 when you get that. So, well, anyways,
$7.
uh, he wanted to he wanted me to wear a turkey on my dick for
Sexy and I
Thanksgiving,
know
and
it.
I looked at him and I was like, no, that's how you get in trouble. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not stupid. Like that's how you catch charges. Nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
But then that picture comes out earlier last year, so I don't know.
Uh,
I guess doing it at a show is different from posting it yourself. So
oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Um, that's quite the picture. Okay, let's see. I heard that you had some shenanigans. Speaking of AWR, in the AWR haunted house.
oh
Did
my
you
god.
did you enjoy
Yeah.
yourself? It was awesome back there. Oh
I
my
gotta
gosh.
tell you, for the place that they ran out of down here, like it's 5 minutes away from my house. But
Oh,
the place they
nice.
ran out of was fucking ridiculous. So cool. And I've never been in a haunted house before, ever. So that was my first
Oh,
time ever being in one and like getting to run around before the show. I
yeah.
had to say, like, before the show started, I ran around that thing like 10 or 15 times.
It
And
was
I
so
got
cool.
so blown up running around there with Josh Crane that I took my clothes off and was just in my underwear
That
at
sounds
one
like you.
point.
I mean, what's a show without you running around
I
half
mean,
naked,
I'm
majority
fucking
naked?
240 pounds and I'm sweating bullets, so I had to get out of some clothes. But
Oh,
it was fun.
that's cool. Yeah, it was super cool back there. I got turned around a couple times because I went back there to help a couple people out. And I kind of freaked myself out. Like, I saw some of the guys sitting there and I was like, hey, hey. And then I'm like, oh God. And then there's like things in the corners and I'm like, calm down. It's just fake. I don't know why. It was just freaking me out.
Oh boy. There was that one, it was like the hospital scene that was in the thing. And as
Yeah.
soon as I popped around the corner, I screamed my head off because that got me. And of course, like there's hiding spaces for the people who work there. And Josh
Yes.
would randomly go and hide in one of them while I was running through the whole entire thing. And as
Oh
soon
my
as I
God.
turn the corner, he'll pop out of one of the curtains and scare my ass.
Oh
So that
God. That's
threw up my
that's
anxiety even more.
hilarious. That is hilarious. They put me in the priest room, and I'm like, why did they put me in the room, the preacher room, the worst room to put this girl? And I'm just like, okay, as long as
Boy,
you keep the holy water away from me, we're all good. Oh, Joe must have also missed the whole wax to the ass.
hot wax to the ass was nuts, bro. Yeah, it was. Hopefully, I'm glad it didn't touch my nuts. So
Yeah.
got close. Got real close.
Woo! Yeah, I thought for sure. I'm like, if he leans forward, I think
Oh!
that was with Maria, right?
Yeah. Some.
And
Okay. So behind the scenes on this one, I never wanted to do it, and me and Maria looked at each other and was like, this is ridiculous. Like, why is Eden wanting us to do this? And Ian goes, trust me, it'll get over. Trust me on this one. If I would do it myself if I was in the match. I'm like, okay, all right, Ian, no problem. Let's do it. And so, like, the professional that Maria is, super cool about it. And it wound up being like a cool little spot for the match that we had. So, pretty happy about it.
oh yeah, yeah, it looked great.
What is the craziest weapon you have seen but would not use?
My green
God
boots.
damn, that's a
I
good
want
one. Um.
those.
Okay. I I've done thumbtacks many, many a times, but I absolutely fucking hate thumbtacks. Syringes, that's another one that I'm kind of like, eh. I've done fish hooks with Murdoch and Adam, but it got to be one of those two. It's got to be either syringes or thumbtacks. So, but obviously I'll fucking do anything, so I don't know why I'm even giving my opinion on it. So.
Right, right. Um, let's see. So, tell me about being in the Young Guns. Jeez, I don't know where I'm at. Young Dragons. That's who it is. With it's Josh and Ace, right? Is it just the three of you? And how did all that start?
The original was Trip, Josh, and
Oh yeah,
myself.
Trip. That's right. I knew I
Um,
was missing somebody.
then, not too long after that, Perry came into play, and man, the road trips we did, and like just like places we've been to and promotions we worked at was, and probably we get in the car every once in a while, but back then it was pretty fucking cool. We did a lot of stupid dumb shit. Um, I think one of them has like a whole camera full of dumb shit that we did, like me taking a shit out in the Rustic Frogs like little shit house out there. You know what I'm talking about? It, it's
Yes.
like everything's covered in cobwebs and shit. So I had to like take I took wet wipes and wiped everything down like that was gonna fucking help anything. And then proceeded to like squat over to the thing and take a shit, and he videotaped it. And then there's another one where I Perry, Tim, and Josh were walking around this corner, and we're in like Fuckville, Illinois, and they turned around the corner, and I had my pants down all the way to my ankles, and I goaded them, which was showing my entire junk. And another one was going to St. Louis, and all of us getting on top of a bull. Um, yeah, there's been a lot of shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a whole lot of fun, whole lot of fun.
Yeah. Seems like it.
Yes, Gary, more
Oh.
contact. Yes.
Oh yeah, totally, Gary. Because I need to bring my tweezers, obviously, huh?
Who
Joe must
trained
have
me?
joined us late too.
Joe, Billy Rock trained me, and I got some training from Drake Younger. So,
Nice, nice. So tell me about your experience with VOW, Lord of Anarchy.
with VOW or just Lord of Anarchy itself?
You could both, either or both,
When I
whichever.
first got to VOW, it was a completely, entirely different scene than what people nowadays have seen VOW.
Yeah.
Um, we were back in Pennsylvania, and there you really at this theater that they were running out of, you really couldn't do anything too crazy. Like you could still have like hardcore type matches and add a little stuff here and there, but it wasn't as crazy as Lord of Anarchy or when they moved to West Virginia. Um, when they first went there, I was still trying to like find who I was as a character. Like I didn't know. I was doing some goofy shit that really didn't make any sense, but I feel like anything I fucking do doesn't make sense, so whatever.
That's what we love about you.
Yeah.
It doesn't need
Uh,
to make sense.
but yeah, I was still trying to find who I was, so it was like a growing thing with
Yeah.
VOW. It turned me in like it grew me. Obviously, I was doing IWA every week, but it grew me into more of a well-rounded deathmatch wrestler. I would say a lot of places did, but that's one of the places that let me like be creative. Um, with myself and let me try things out and test things out with the fans. So I got to give credit where credit's due with VOW. So thank you to
That's
Bill and this dude named Nino who's behind the scenes who really doesn't get enough credit for what he has done. But yeah, those two, I
feel
appreciate
like
them.
I feel like there's a lot of people behind the scenes that don't get enough credit. You
Oh
know,
my
they
god,
bust their
so
tails.
many. Like you and Kat, you guys used to fucking do your guys' damnedest to clean everyone up after like
Absolutely.
some bloody ass death matches. So props to you
Yeah.
guys. You guys are fucking, you guys are troopers for
No,
sure.
well, thanks. I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm happy that I could be back there to help.
Hell
You
yeah.
know, it makes me happy that you guys aren't just slapping duct tape on each other and going on your way. Because that never happens
Yeah,
ever.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, I gotta thank Kat, for at least trusting me to go help her. And every time I go out, if I'm on my own, just like her, I have my med kit with me, just in case, because you never know.
Oh yeah, especially with me. You never know.
Ain't that the truth? um, so I know you spoke about your head being busted open earlier. Is there any other injuries that you've had that have been pretty bad that you're like, oh shit?
Mm, nothing that made me go, oh shit, but um, there was one at TOD. think 18. Yeah, TOD 18, where it was me, Josh, and Manson like a three-way, and I don't know what. I think it was a going back at like the footage and looking at it where I got that big huge cut on my leg. Um,
Mhm.
that one was kind of gross because meat was hanging out of it, but it wasn't like it wasn't as bad as my head. I don't think anything could. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to go to the hospital for that, and they put. Let me see. I think they said they put 20 stitches that was able to go under the skin to get the skin put back together or the meat put back together, and then they had to
Yeah.
put like 10 or 12 staples over the top layer. So
Yeah.
that was
That's a
probably
tough spot too. It's right there on
yeah,
your
yeah,
quad, and
yeah,
that's yeah. That's such a horrendous muscle to cut through because I mean you use your legs and those muscles move so much.
yeah.
I'm
I
sure.
never really realized it until DJ pointed it out to me that I had like a huge gash on my leg. I just never knew. I knew I was getting lightheaded
Wow.
really quick, but I didn't know what the cause of it was, and that was the cause because I kept losing blood. There was one point in the hospital that they had to keep giving me the stuff to like stop me being nauseous, and it was because I was bleeding out
Oh
inside my leg because they forgot
yeah.
to stiff my leg up. So
Oh yeah. So probably like Zofran or something like that to stop
yeah,
the nausea. Yeah. Oof.
yeah.
Yeah. That stuff works though. It's good stuff
Oh
if
yeah.
you're not. Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. Let's see. So, do you have any kind of rituals that you do before matches or death matches that it's kind of an every time thing?
Mm, for regular matches, I usually just if it's there and if I feel like it, I will usually try to like warm up if I really feel froggy that night and I really want to um if I really wanted to get like loose. But
Yeah.
I normally don't do that. Sometimes I smoke weed with a couple people if I really feel on that night and really wanted to like calm my nerves. Because sometimes I get too worked up, and this is not an excuse for doing it, but whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get myself so worked up with anxiety and like nervousness that I need that little something to calm me down.
Sure.
Otherwise,
Sure.
I'll be a nervous fucking wreck going into it.
Oh yeah.
Death matches. I have a real problem with eating before death matches. Real
Ah,
problem. I don't do it. I don't eat before death matches, and that's not a good thing.
not always. No, definitely
Um,
not.
so I don't know. I really don't have any rituals.
Okay.
Like they're sporadic here and there, but that's about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Gotcha. So, as you see, fishing. You love it.
Oh, I fucking love fishing.
Of course
If
you
you
do.
could, I wish I had better lighting in my car, but if you could see, I'm like I have fishing poles in my car. Like I'm always ready, anytime.
Nice. This weather has been pretty awesome lately. Have you fished any in the last couple days?
No, I have not, and I've fucking beat myself up for it because I've been wanting to real bad. I've been wanting to
Yeah.
try ice fishing because I've never been ice fishing, but whatever. I'll
I
get to it
know.
eventually soon.
Oh yeah. I think it needs to be a little colder here for ice fishing. I mean, a few weeks ago, it's possible,
Yeah,
but you
I
never
missed it.
know here in Indiana.
Yeah, that is very true. Never thought it was going to be 58 fucking degrees in February. So there's that.
My bad.
Nothing.
You lost me. I pushed like hit my phone and you lost me. My bad. Sorry about that. I hope I didn't fuck everything up. It's still a learning experience for me. You know, I'm still new, so we'll blame it on that. Yeah, yeah. Um,
Am I a top fan? Uh, I don't know how to answer that one.
do you ever
You
regret
are.
working for someone? Oh, that's a good question.
You ever regret working for someone? Oh, um, I'm gonna try to keep the business aspect a little behind the scenes still. Um, I will say there is a promotion down. down south that's not IWA or Paradigm that I will not work for. So, and they
Gotcha.
run like that's sporadic too. This dude comes back once a year and tries to do stuff and doesn't work out for him, and then he fucks people over. So, but I'm not gonna name names. It's not important. So.
Yeah, that's not cool. It happens sometimes, though, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Um, oh, let's see. What is one of your most favorite matches? Yes, Gary, I have the med kit ready to go. I'm replenishing it here and there, but it's coming with me, and I got all
Yeah,
the
come
other
on,
stuff.
Gary. You get the program. She says she's bringing it all the time. Come on,
Yeah,
Gary. How about
definitely.
you wear the turkey on the dick, Gary? How about that one? Okay.
That just says salmonella all over it. Ew,
Oh,
gross. Yeah. So anyway, what is one of did I already ask you that? Favorite match ever? That was that was Oren. With you.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Sorry, my notes are all over the place. Oh yeah. So have you ever been to Zona or Mexico?
No, but I've had. There's this last time Murdoch and them went, and I had another show to go to, and I had another show planned. And if I wasn't able to go to that show, I would have went to Mexico that day with them.
Nice.
But here soon, I have some stuff lined up that I'm going to do this year. So here soon,
Awesome.
hopefully, I'll be down there. Do you think death metal and or beat down hardcore mixes well with DM wrestling? Death metal or beat down hardcore? Just depends upon who you are. Like, I know Adam Beeler came out to some screaming death metal stuff. I guess that's what we call it. I don't know. Probably gonna get shot on for calling it death metal when it's something else, but it works for him. Who would your dream match to be against? Sorry, still drunk from my birthday yesterday. No, you're good.
Damn.
Dream match to be
Happy
against.
birthday.
Yes, for sure. Happy birthday. Dream match. Let's see. If we're doing regular wrestling, I would say either Colt Cabana or
Ooh,
another
nice.
match with Shigehiro. Um,
Oh yes.
if we're doing death matches, I know this is not a popular decision, but I really don't give a damn. DJ Hyde, he's one that haven't had a match with yet, and I would really like to have a match with. And of course, since I'm giving two for a regular, I'll give two for Nick Gage. I want to have another match with Nick Gage, something that's
Yeah,
not in the backyard show, so we can actually do stuff.
that sounds awesome. I would love to see that. Um, let's see. I'm trying to go through my notes here. Let's see. So, when you and God, I can't even talk tonight. It's crazy. When you and Josh are in death matches together, do you guys have a favorite tag team that you like to pair up with and go against?
Lately, our wrestling partner have been the Rejects. That's been like our married couple, us being a couple. But yeah, them or um, we've only had matches with them once, but the chemistry we did have was pretty freaking cool, and that was Tremont and Cannonball.
Oh, nice.
Um, but other than that, I don't think we've been in too many tag team death matches together.
Yeah.
You know, I
I
don't
wouldn't
think.
mind seeing you guys maybe face like the hooligans. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, yeah. Them
Um,
in death match is pretty cool. I'm down with that.
yeah, 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 because they're kind of wacky and crazy. I think there would be a lot of shenanigans.
Yeah, we had a regular tag match with them up in Lafayette, um, and that was probably one of maybe like top 5, top 10 of our favorite tag team
Nice.
matches. How was it working Seco play? working with him was awesome, but it was me and Josh versus the Rejects versus him and Miedo, and that was pretty cool. Another top 10 one of
Yes.
my favorites.
That was at IWA, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah, that
think,
was at
yeah.
Guardians, the first Guardians.
Yeah, that was on my birthday. Yeah.
Yeah,
My favorite, one of my favorite birthdays.
CZW had Nile do the intro for TOD1. I still mark for that song. Nick Gage, question mark, ain't he at ADT2? Yes, with you. Oh, okay. Got a little teaser, probably.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yep.
Maybe.
Yep. Yep. I think that you might get your wish soon. That would be
Hopefully.
awesome. Yeah. So you said you haven't been to Mexico yet, right? There's the your entry number 3. I think there's a few more people to be announced. Right, Gary? I know there's supposed to be like 9 people, if I'm correct, and he's announcing them slowly. It's turning out to be a pretty good card. I'm excited.
Yeah, it looks pretty dope.
Yeah.
And I know the rest of them behind the scenes. I'm not going to tell you guys, but it's a pretty big fucking lineup, so it's
Yeah.
going to be pretty cool.
Yes. Yes. Definitely. If you guys can make it out to Indy that weekend, please make it out because it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. It's
Oh, so
one
yeah.
of the
As I
things.
was, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You're good.
Oh, I was just saying. So you haven't been to Mexico, right?
Uh-uh.
Have you
No,
traveled internationally or anywhere besides like the
no,
states?
no, not yet. But me and a couple of my friends have something planned for later this year to go to Europe. So
Ooh,
let's
yeah.
let's hope that one actually happens. But we'll see in the coming days.
Very cool.
You know what I
Very
mean?
cool.
It's one
Um,
of those things in wrestling that you hear people say like, "Oh, you don't believe it until you see it." Well, I've kind of adopted that over the years.
yeah. Well,
So
things happen.
yeah.
It's a good goal to have. What about Canada? Have you wrestled up there at all? I know there's some promotions up
No,
there.
no. Again, another one I really want to go to is Canada. I have no
Yeah.
problem hopping in cars and going up there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That would be cool. I don't think Canada would ever be the same. They might probably kick you out. I don't
I
think
probably
ass
will make it
showing is
past
a
the
thing up
border.
there.
Probably will make it past the border. They'll probably go, "Oh, why are you here?" And I go, for fun." And they're like, "No, go back. You're
Nope,
done.
nope,
Go."
turn around. He's out of here. What
Yeah.
about H2O? Have you ever wrestled at H2O yet?
Oh yeah, love
Yeah.
H2O.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like
I thought you had. Yeah. Very cool.
besides CVW and GCW, yeah, H2O, top notch, super professional. So would I ever work with Miedo? Yeah, of course I work with him.
Yeah. Yes.
So
Okay. Yeah. I thought there was more than 9. I don't know why I thought there was 9.
yeah, there
So
used to be more. There used to be, instead of 16, there used to be 30.
yeah. Yeah.
Which
Unfortunately,
yeah,
yeah. That's a lot of people. I think
yeah,
we probably would have to take stock in band aids that weekend.
yeah,
Just camp
yeah,
out in the back.
yeah.
I might have to learn how to do some stitches, maybe. I
Maybe
would
some
love to.
staples.
I need to practice. I need to get like an orange or something and practice how to do stitches because I
Oh
would
yeah,
love to do that.
yes.
So do you have anything coming up anytime soon? Any matches? Not death match or regular match related?
I have some places here in Shelbyville. New Era, I'm wrestling for them next week.
Nice.
Um, I'm going to be at Bizarro here Sunday,
Oh yeah, yeah,
and
that's right.
Sunday I know I have a show. Sunday, I'm probably gonna get yelled at for forgetting about it, but I don't have my calendar with me. Um, I know I have one later in the month for Prodigy's memorial, and then next month the 29th, which don't know if I'm allowed to say this or not because it hasn't been announced yet, but I'm making a trip back to Milwaukee.
Woo! Awesome. Very cool. Very cool. Have you ever wrestled
Yeah, yes,
dysfunction?
I have. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's when
Cool.
IWA did their show up in Milwaukee that I
Oh,
did with
that's
them.
right. Yeah,
Yep.
I
Yep.
remember that.
It,
Yep.
it
Yep.
wasn't supposed to be. Who was supposed to be there that night? Gage. That was originally supposed to be in the match with him. Someone was supposed to be in the match with him that night, and they didn't. They weren't there because something happened with flight or something. And I was there, and Ian was one like many of the times he's been super nice and was like, "Hey Dale, you and Dis tonight in the main." Okay, all right, what are we allowed to do?
That
give
was
me,
a
give me,
great
give
show.
me some rules now.
Right. Right.
So, do you think RSP has nuclear heel heat? I think yes. Yes,
Yes, that's possibly an understatement. I'm pretty sure he's one of the most hated people in deathmatch wrestling right now. He's
yes,
pissed a lot of people off. A
sure
lot of
has.
people. I was there that night when he snuck out of nowhere and grabbed that belt, and I might have popped a little bit because I like
Yeah,
RSP. Don't hate me, don't hate me, guys. Please watch my show still, but don't hate me.
yeah.
I do like Nick Gage, but you know,
I don't know how much we're allowed to break kayfabe here, but I'm just gonna keep it at yeah.
however
Yeah,
much you want, it's cool.
yeah.
I break kayfabe all the time. Just kidding. Um,
Um,
so where can we find you on social media?
you can find me on Facebook at Del Patricks. You can find me on Instagram at Del Patricks and Twitter. I normally don't post anything on Twitter. God damn! Look at that fucking ass.
Oh, the ref is cracking me up. His face.
Yo, okay. A little behind the scenes story on that one.
Oh my god.
When God, I remember his face. When Nikki asked me, he goes, "Hey, what do you want to do?" And I go, "All right, I got a spot. The only spot if I'm able to get in, I'll get in." And that's this ass spot I was ready to do. And he looks at me and goes, "I'm gonna try to do the best Nick Gage impersonation. Hold on."
Let's see. Yep, you got get up, get geared up. Yep, yep.
He goes, "Yeah, man. Is there that's what you want to do?" And I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Okay, man. See you out there." And I go, "Oh fuck, what did I sign myself up for?" And yeah, got my ass whipped. Got my ass
Oh,
whipped.
I
But
think I've probably seen your ass in so many matches. It's unbelievable. Several of us
you,
have seen way more of you than we'd like to admit because it happens a
oh
lot.
shit.
That doesn't
Yeah,
look like it's
that
very
was the first
comfortable.
one. That was the first one. Josh was being an asshole that night. I told him I wanted to do this ass spot. He goes, "What the fuck?" Okay. And then so like him being an asshole after like he gave me a sunset flip and yanked it down. He grabbed one
Yeah.
of the light tubes, one of the skinny tubes, and shoved it in my ass as far as he can fucking put it up there.
Oh my god.
And I kind of was like, "Oh my god!" And a piece of the fucking light tube broke off of my ass. So yeah,
So that's how all that happens. You know, you see the X-rays of like bottles and other things. You know, people,
yeah,
I just fell on it. So you're like, well, see what had happened was.
yeah. See what happened was I trusted a friend to hit me with a light tube, and he shoved it in my ass. So there you go. Hey,
Yeah,
hey, whatever you guys like, that's usually what they say to me. Whatever you guys like.
yeah, yeah.
What's your opinion and outlook on Churi Martinez in death matches? Um, Churi Martinez is a good person. I like to think. Death matches, good person, good dude, knows what he's doing. Um, there was an instance that I got kind of irritated and pissed off at him at, and that was at this Primo's Slave to the Death match. He he got cut up real bad in our match, and I don't know if the refs are just not like refs didn't know what was going on, but we kind of said it to him a few times, letting him know that he's bleeding out, and the refs still didn't feel like he was clicking. So I was like, fuck it. Get out of the ring. I went to go get duct tape to put around his thing until he got to the back so he can finish. And as soon as I stepped through the bottom rope to like start duct taping him in the middle of the match to save his life, he punk kicked me in my head and knocked me out. So yeah, that one I was kind of pissed at him about,
Oh
and
shit!
it's kind of irritated. But other than that, he's a good dude. He means well.
He's like, "Fuck saving my life. I just want to finish this match."
Yeah, pretty much. Who,
Jesus.
who is the funniest deathmatch wrestler you have ever met? The funniest. Um, there's a few. It's not just a specific person. Um, Cody Rice,
Oh
funny
my
one.
god, he's hilarious.
Um, I wouldn't say Murdoch is funny. He has a weird sense of humor. It's kind of dry, but I laugh at his jokes sometimes. He's funny. Um, Josh, he's pretty funny. And
That's
when
scary.
you're around him at a good point, Ian's kind of funny when you call him matches with him. Like the one time I was in a death match with him, he was pretty funny. He says some pretty crazy stuff, but
That
I say
doesn't
Cody
surprise
Rice.
me.
It's toss up between Cody Rice and Josh. They're pretty funny.
Awesome, awesome. Um, trying to see if I have any more questions for you. I don't know. I think that's all. Do you guys have any more questions for Dale before I let him go? Because we're almost almost at our hour. Do you have
Yeah,
anything you
please.
want to talk about? Your pictures crack me up. I swear.
Yeah, that one was at a place up northeast at like a gaming center, kind of like convention. Kind of like meant for practices for like soccer and basketball and all that stuff. And so they had locker rooms, which normally in the indies you normally don't get into places that has locker rooms. So when you get in the
Yeah.
locker rooms, I was like, okay, well, there's a bunch of people on this show that like obviously just had like they did dark matches or they worked some sort of extras for like WWE recently, and they're on the show. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna be that asshole. I'll post a picture of my shirt being up, falling asleep in the locker, and with my bag near me, like an asshole. And it turned out pretty funny. I think of something that said extra work, and that was the caption to
Oh my god, that's great.
it.
Oh, totally fitting.
What did you versus High Isaiah ADT mean to you? Wrestling High Isaiah in a death match meant a lot because it's not something he normally does for just anyone. He
Yeah.
normally picks those spots pretty methodically, and just like the family history that me and him have. I mean family, not in like a Kool-Aid drinking way. I meant family as in actual came from, Drake trained me a little bit and came from, I was considered a Rage Dojo kid. Not really, but, I was adopted into that family is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
And, Isaiah always treated me like I was his son. He always gave me any and all advice when I was getting into the business. I have nothing bad to say about the guy. I know he's been going through a lot of stuff with stuff that's happened down south, and that's whatever. It's all perspective on that whole entire situation.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
in my mind, on Isaiah, I love Isaiah to death.
I do
Um,
too. He's definitely an awesome guy.
like I said, never had a bad time with him. Always helped me whenever I needed it. He was there back in times when IWA was hard to deal with IWA, and he was there to like get me through and let me know that hey, we all fucking went through it. We all been through all this stuff.
Yeah.
So just keep pushing it, keep going at it. This is one of those things in wrestling. Whenever you get in, you're like, okay, well, we'll see how real of a man you are, and that's what he made me maybe become and turn into. So I got to give all the credit to him. So thank you, Isaiah, if you're watching this. Appreciate it. What's the worst rib you have gotten. Um, some people don't pull ribs on me. I don't know why. Not saying I want them, not saying I don't want them. It's just they randomly, like, rarely ever happen to me. One time, um, Ruby Riot, back when she was Heidi Loveless, she stole a pair of my kick pads uh, out of my gear bag, but wore them. But that wasn't really a rib. Um, oh, recently Dylan Bostic came over to my house and fully asleep on the couch, and comes in. He goes, "Hey Dale, are you awake?" And I go, "Now I am. Please don't shoot on me, sir." And he goes, "No, just turn over. I got something for you." And I go, "Oh, did you give me food? Because I'm a fucking fat ass and all this stuff." He goes, "No, just turn over." I turned over, and all I saw was his bare ass and his dick and balls. And he goes, "Just got you, bitch. You've been goated." So I guess that was a rib, and
Oh
that's
my
probably like
god,
the best one I've gotten. So
that's funny. Do you think people
mm,
don't because they know you'll get them back like tenfold because it seems like that's you?
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm one of those people who, God damn it. All right. Well, it's always a competition with me. That's if Ace Perry would tell you the same thing. Everything's a competition. Always have to be first. If I'm not first, guess what? I'm fucking last. Whatever that stupid saying is from
Yeah.
Talladega Nights. Anyways, but yeah, everything's a competition. So if you get me, of course, I'm gonna try to get you back. And my whole motto that Ace will probably tell you is that yeah, in the end, I'll always get you back. No,
Yeah.
don't know when, don't know where, but I'll get you.
It'll happen. It'd be like 5 years down the line. You're like,
Yeah.
gotcha, bitch.
Yep.
Remember
Yep.
what happened like 1975? Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember
Uh,
that one time?
for real. Is GCW still a goal? Of course. Yes. Definitely still a goal. Um, hot wax to the ass. Yes. Hot wax to the ass. You should try it, Donnie. Come on.
Yeah.
Go the
Yeah.
times.
I mean, that's how every deathmatch wrestler gets hair out of their ass crack.
The state of Indiana wrestling. Good, bad, and the ugly. Oh, fuck.
Oh boy. Woo!
Um, damn. Uh, all right, Gary. That one's a good one.
That is a good one.
State of Indian wrestling. I think Indian wrestling is too saturated, in my opinion. Um, yeah, I guess oversaturation is good because you have different choices to go to, which it's just my opinion. It's not really how it is. Just my opinion. Um, I feel like it's oversaturated. I feel like if you had at least good one or two promotions, that's cool. But anything like there's some backyard shows, man. I tell you, and it's just the worst. Not saying that we all haven't done them, but we all try to hope the best for our state or city, wherever we are, for good wrestling. But I don't know. The places that are in Indiana are pretty cool. I get the whole thing of like, well, if you work here, you can't work here. I think that's stupid. I think it's dumb, but I understand it. I understand the whole entire thing with, down south, and I understand stuff that's happening over in Shelbyville, and understand stuff that's happening here too. If people see you all the time at these places, why would we book you on this place? Because they can see you here. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it.
I feel like, people are gonna go see who they want to see, and I'm I don't understand the whole you can't work for this promotions either because you're supposed to be family and people are always trying to at shows you're like there for each other, but then oh you're with so and so, oh that's don't go there. It's like just support each other,
Here, here's
100%,
here's
not just half-assed.
here's my point of view on the whole family thing. I think the family thing is thrown away and it's thrown out there so much that it's been watered down. Like no one actually does it, or no one actually cares about it.
Oh,
And like You can say you're family all this time, but if you're doing stuff showing that your guys are not family and you don't respect the people that you have on your roster, then that shows a whole lot more than, oh, we're family, we're brothers. Nah, fuck all that
Right.
shit. Fuck
Yeah.
all the brother and family shit. If you actually feel that way, you'll show it. You'll show it with your
Absolutely.
work. You'll show it with your what's the fucking word I'm looking for? You stay at a place long enough. What's that word?
Stability,
Loyalty.
persistence. Oh, loyalty.
Loyalty. You show it the loyalty and show it your work that you appreciate them. I think showing is more better. Showing is better than saying it. My opinion.
Absolutely. Actions definitely speak louder than words, for sure.
Yes, there you go. There you go. Fucking dumbass, can't think of that. Crazy.
It's
That
all
was a good
right.
one.
That's what you have me here for.
Is
I'm not just a
Kevin
pretty face, you know.
from IWA Deep South really supposedly in the clan? I don't know, man. I don't know because I don't get involved in like people's personal shit. Try to stay out of that shit. Don't care about people's personal shit. I
Yeah,
work for who I work for because hey, they're paying me, they're bringing me in.
exactly.
If they did dumb shit, that's not to bring me in, pay me to work their show. Well,
Yeah.
we didn't talk anything real life. We didn't talk anything like more than that. That's as much business as me and him have. So, in business wise, he's always taking care of me. That's all I'm gonna say.
There you go. There you go.
If one of us win, we all win. Just saying. Yeah,
There
something like
you go.
that. Something like that,
Yeah.
Gary. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. Awesome. Well, we're hitting that hour mark. Got
Damn, I
anything?
thought you keep going.
Oh, I mean, if you want to, go ahead.
Yeah, sure.
We can
Sure,
talk
let's
all
do it.
night. I got all night.
You want to do another 30 minutes? See if people can do it for another 30 minutes?
Yeah,
Sweet. All right.
I'm cool with
Keep
that.
keep piling in the questions, guys. Come on.
Yeah, keep asking some questions. Racking my brain here. Okay, so I'll go back to Lord of Anarchy.
Would
You had
you
round
ever
one.
want to
Oh,
work
there
with
we go.
Schlack? Oh
There
yeah,
we
I
go.
would totally love to work with Schlack. I have nothing bad to say about Schlack. Schlack's always been a good dude to me. So yeah, I would love to work with him anytime.
Have you worked with him before? I mean, have you had a match with him? I know you've been on shows with him, but have you?
I think I've been in matches with him, but never had
Like, well,
like a
yeah,
single.
you. What was it? No, that wasn't you. I thought I saw you in like a four way or something with him before. Um,
Yeah, I have been matched with Schlack. It was me, Schlack, Alex Malone, and Bryant Lewis.
yes, it
Uh,
was, and that was the semifinal four way at the other
yep.
at Lord of Anarchy. Yep,
Yeah.
you're right.
Uh,
Yep,
I worked with Schleich, and Schleich was good then, but
it
I like
says
to
it
have a
right here on my
one-on-one with
notes. Yeah,
him. I would
yeah.
love to have a one-on-one. Mary fuck kill. Trip Cassidy, Ace Perry. God damn.
Ooh,
Ooh.
I would love to answer that one too, but
Fuck you,
that's hard.
Gary. Fuck you, Gary. Not actually fuck you, but fuck you. Um.
Neither one of them were watching the show. It's cool.
Oh my god. All
I
right.
love it.
Here we go. Marry Ace Perry
Of course,
because he's marriage material.
absolutely, he is
He's also fuck material, so there's that.
true.
Hi, Ace Perry, if you're watching this. Uh, Mary Ace Perry. Damn.
That's tough. Oh my god, Gary, that's harsh.
fuck. Fuck Josh Crane and kill Trev Cassidy.
Oh, that's it. We're stopping the show right now. Oh,
That hurt me
oh,
so
it hurt me
fucking
just
much.
as much. It hurt me just as much. Oh my
Ah,
god. Oh,
God
oh, you're a horrible person, Gary. You're
damn
horrible.
it. Can it be Mary fuck kill? Can it be just kill Gary? Can that be a thing? Can repeat that question?
Well, after April, because I want to see the show in April.
Crazy.
Oh yeah,
Gary.
somebody asked, what are your thoughts on Kevin Brennan?
Oh yeah, like I said before, cool dude. No ill will against him. He business wise always taking care of me. Don't know his personal shit. Don't want to know. Don't want to get in people's personal shit.
Right,
I'm my own
right.
person. I have my own shit going on, so
Exactly, exactly. Well,
try to keep.
this is what cracks me up. Like your normal job, like I don't go into work. Yeah, I mean, I have my coworkers I discuss things with, but I don't go into work and be like, oh my god, so, I this and this and this. I don't share my personal shit at work because it's my job. I go there to do my job and go home. Give me my
Yeah.
money. See ya. You know.
Yep.
While we're waiting on questions, I'll bring up some of the questions you answered earlier for people who may
Yeah.
not have seen it. As far as the posts, um, let's see. Yeah, we already asked your dream opponent, didn't we? Who your dream opponent? Okay, if you could wrestle anybody, um, from the past, like um,
Oh,
not a current, like, and that includes like any WW guys or New Japan or anybody dead or alive.
hmm. I would say Brody. Bruiser
Nice.
Brody would be a good one.
That would be.
I think
Would
he could
be.
do some good stuff
Yeah.
if he was
Yeah.
still alive. Um,
Nice choice.
I know Terry Funk's not dead, and that's probably on everyone's list. But I would love to work with Terry Funk.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I would love to work. Give me any ECW guy, dead or alive, and we'll have matches, and it'll be the greatest thing.
Yes. Yes.
What got you into wrestling? Uh, Undertaker got me into wrestling when I was very young. He was one of the people that I tried to imitate as a kid. Had like this is how cheap this is how poor I was back in the day. Instead of having like the actual gloves that he was wearing, I had oven mittens, and
Nice.
I used to have oven mittens. I did have a cowboy hat, but it wasn't the color black to go with my black trench coat that I had, and the black trench coat was 4 sizes too big for me. I used to ride down on my bicycle as he would his motorcycle down a hill, and sometimes if I was lucky enough, it would actually look like I was a badass, but
Yeah.
completely wasn't. Riding a bicycle
Oh, you
at
did the whole thing, the arm
yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah,
Nice.
at like 13 years old, thought I was a badass doing that. And
Oh my god.
sometimes I would think I'm such a badass that it would fire back at me, and my jacket would get caught in the specks of the tire, and I would front flip over the bike.
Oh wow.
But
That's
yeah,
pretty.
him and McFoley was the two of the biggest ones.
Do you prefer McFoley, Cactus Jack, Dude Love, or Mankind?
That's the
You
same
know, questions almost getting as bad as goes. Are you kidding me?
So
I
what'd you
can't
say?
answer that. I
Ah,
can't answer that.
you answered the
Um,
question about Josh, Tripp, and Ace.
yeah, no, I didn't want to answer that one either, but I had to. Oh, son of a bitch. All right. All right. I'll give you this. Mankind for his wrestling that he would have, like
Yes.
him and Shawn Michaels,
Oh
fucking
yeah.
awesome.
Yes.
Him and Stone Cold, him and Undertaker when they weren't doing their like hardcore esque spots.
Yeah.
Cactus Jack for his street fights,
Nice.
his hardcore matches he would have. Yeah, say those two.
Very cool. Very cool. I think he's coming to Indy soon. I think I read something the other day that he's coming for like a comedy show or something. Yeah, he'll be here.
Yeah, yeah, pretty excited about it. I'm gonna
Hmm.
try to go to it.
I'm gonna try to go. I know I saw Raven when he was here a couple times actually.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun. Definitely an interesting show. I was like the only girl there. It was weird. I mean, the lesbian comedian didn't count, and then I think there was
Uh,
two lesbians like in the back of the room together, but it was just me and a bunch of
yeah.
guys, and I was like, well, this is pretty much like every Friday night at a wrestling show for me. And he had just started out with the comedy stuff, so it was rough. Like,
Look at that fucking sexy man. Jesus
oh
Christ.
yeah, oh yeah. I've always wanted the wanted shirt. I need to get one. I have a cool Dude Love poster in my room. It's pretty cool.
Thoughts on Nabeef? Who's Nabeef?
He's the Russian wrestler
Oh, the
Alex that
Alex
everybody.
Nabeef?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, me and him have been in talks. I think he's a good dude.
This
He's a good dude.
motherfucking Slavic mother.
I hope he comes over to the States. Some people have been
Me too.
asking for a match between him and I, and I would be totally down for that. So
I would love to see that.
Motherfucker.
I don't know him
And
too much, so I
welcome to
can't say too much on him. But from what I've like talked to him and like had conversations with, pretty cool dude. Would you ever think of coming down here to Australia if the price and match was right? Fucking course, please. Love to go to Australia. I would
Yeah,
go
that would
anywhere.
be
I have
awesome.
my passport, so I would fucking fly anywhere. I don't care.
Yeah, that needs to happen.
Deathmatch type you haven't done and you want to. Deathmatch type you haven't done and want to. That's a good one. I would love to do. I've seen H2O do their like caged deathmatch thing. I like to do that. That'd be pretty cool. Be something I like to do, be a part of. Other than that, I've done the House of Horrors. I've done mostly everything that has been offered, I would say, in deathmatch besides syringes, of course. But
Yeah.
I mean, whatever the match type is, I'll do it.
How do you feel about unprotected chair shots?
I can't get an answer on that. I mean, I've taken some. I don't have a. I don't know.
I mean, it happens, and I guess it would be your own personal preference.
Yeah, I know.
Honestly.
I know. Whenever I was taking them, I didn't give a shit. You probably shouldn't take them, but I don't fucking care. I'm protected. I don't give a shit. It's whatever. No
Yeah.
preference here.
Cool. Cool. Trying to think.
Big turkey on a pole. No.
Oh, that's a good question.
Indica or sativia? What does that mean? Sorry, not a.
Oh, it's you're asking. Are you asking me? Because I know the answer to this. Those are different
Yeah.
types of marijuana, actually.
Marijuana?
Yes. Like one, I
Oh.
think, is more energizing, and one is more like calming. It's like the
Okay.
strain, I believe. Oh my gosh, I'm
Okay.
educating you in this. Oh my
Okay.
god.
Well, no, I forgot because I remember one of my friends gave me the ones for the vape pens, the weed. So I forgot those called indica and sativia. When I want to go to sleep, I think it's sativia that puts me to sleep. When I want to go to sleep, it's that one. When I want to stay energized, it's indica. So either
Yeah,
one doesn't matter.
either one.
Yep. Just get me a pen form. I don't want other stuff. Like if you're trying to give me chronic, nah, dude. Just give me regular weed, regular fucking weed.
You don't need any neon green sticky icky with
Nope,
purple flecks of gold. No,
nope.
no, none for you.
I would like to stay coherent.
Yes.
I know the last time I had that, oh man, is when WCWO did like it was a setup for a match between Corp and I. It was a setup. It was me and Jordan James in like a mousetrap hardcore match at WCWO.
I think I saw that.
And yeah, and before the show, I thought it was a great idea to get high. And I thought I was just smoking regular weed.
Oh no.
Well, swerve, it wasn't. It had the sticky, gooey stuff in there, and it completely fucked me up
Oh
to the point
no.
where I was going in and out of it in the locker room. And also, like, again, I don't fucking eat hardly. I know it doesn't seem like it because how I fucking look, but there's sometimes before shows, like show days, I don't eat. I get so nervous and so
Yeah.
like so anxiety filled that it's hard for me to eat on those days.
I get it.
Usually after the show is when I fill up on food
Yeah.
because you're already done with it. But yeah, I didn't eat that day, and I went straight right into smoking the weed with him, this dude, Jordan James, and wound up going in and out of it in the locker room. Woke up on the floor with a veteran who was like, "Hey man, is everything okay? Are you okay?" And I go, "I think I'm fucked up. I think I'm fucked up." And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "What'd you smoke?" And I go, "I just smoked weed." And he goes, "Who'd you get it from?" And I said, "Jordan James." And he goes, "Oh."
Oh. Oh.
He goes, "Come with me." And I go, "Okay." Am I in trouble? And like I was going back to me being in school, like, "Oh, am I in trouble? Oh, fuck." So I went into the office, and the promoter just laughed at me because
Oh my god.
I know Joey Kid Owens for so long that he just started laughing. He goes, "Where'd you get the wheat from?" And I go, "I don't want to say it, but it's this dude." And he goes, "Yeah, he has some pretty decent weed. Maybe you should start off with little stuff first, and then work your way up to that." And I go, "Yeah, didn't know I was getting that stuff." So he like brought me hot dogs and hamburgers and brought me too. So little side
Oh,
story for weed,
oh
I
my
guess.
god, that's great. Uh,
That was one of the worst times I have ever gotten high before a match. Yeah, that was the worst.
oh my gosh. I can't imagine going out there like that.
I love this question. What was the worst match you have ever seen? I've ever seen. Oh, I was gonna say I've ever had. I would say look at all my matches. Pretty sure Vito Tomaselli will tell you all that. Um, no shots here. Uh, I've ever seen. Let's see. Hmm.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna get. No!
I
No!
really can't give critiques to bad matches because even some of the good ones that people say I have, I feel like are bad, and I could have done something better. So I don't know.
Hmm. Well, sometimes you got to take in consideration, if you're like, oh, that's a terrible match, it could be a new kid, or it could be somebody trying something new,
Yeah,
or maybe they just
yeah,
got really high before their match or something. You never know.
yep.
Mommy, don't
So
open
yeah,
the
I really
bottom.
can't give my explanation on that. I don't. You're gonna find this out about me. I don't worry about like people's personals,
You don't
people
know the
personal
camera.
bull crap that's going on. I don't care about any of that stuff. I just wanna go there, put in work, get paid, make some friends if it's there, and then leave. Go home. That's all I want to
Yeah,
do.
just like treat it as your
Yeah,
job because it's your job.
exactly.
You know, I've
Any
always said that.
deathmatch wrestlers you mark for? Yes. Uh, Obviously Nick Gage because fucking he's just a psycho person,
I
and
think we're all a little partial here.
yeah, and I gotta say RSP too. RSP, pretty good.
Yes, you're with me
I mark
on
out for
that.
him. I mark out for him.
Whoa!
Oh shit! I didn't know anyone had that picture of me and Jeff. Oh fuck!
That's Jeff Hart. Is that Jeff Hardy?
Yeah. Oh
Oh,
shit!
cool.
Who had that fucking picture?
I
Jesus
don't know.
Christ!
It's blurry on my end. I don't know if it's blurry over there with you. That's a cool
Yeah,
picture. He's a pretty
that
cool
was
guy. He's pretty
yes.
cool.
I met
Yeah.
him. This was a TNA show that they did coming to Hammond, Indiana, and I think it was like back in 2010, 2011, something like that. And man, he was probably like the nicest person. Like there was a whole line of people meeting him, obviously, and like one of the few people he was able to like get up in the ring with, he took a picture with was me. He was like, "Hey man, do you want to come up here and take a picture with me? Nice shirt, like your shirt." And I go, "Yeah, fuck yeah." And so he comes in. He says, "Oh, do you know how to do my gun sign?" And I go, "Jeff, do I know how to do your gun sign?" So did the gun
Right.
sign. So I thought it was pretty fucking cool.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's awesome.
So a little sorry about the picture, even though it wasn't a question that was asked. But
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Well, I mean, you were talking about people. I mean, he's not a death. Well, I guess he's a hardcore wrestler, though, right? I mean, TLC matches and whatnot. So if you mark
yeah,
over him, yeah,
what was the
he's
question?
the question was death match wrestlers that you mark over. So it kind of,
Oh,
or yeah, it kind of
Nick
went
Gage.
along with that subject. Yeah, Nick and
Yeah, kind
RSP.
of.
Yeah, kind of. That's what I'm here for, to keep you on track.
There you go. Nick Gage, RSP, Tremont, Onita whenever he's doing death matches.
Nice.
Um, anyone from Japan, to be honest. Yeah.
Very cool.
It's not really a mark for. Mark's kind of a stupid term, but yeah, I'm a fan of.
I'm not.
I
Yeah,
like
that
doing stuff.
term just. I'm that way
Yeah,
with that term too.
it's stupid because everyone's a fan of someone. That's how they got into the business. Obviously,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
doesn't make them a mark. People
I
don't know
mean,
what marks. Do you know where the term mark came from?
I think I might have read it once, but I can't remember.
Mark was a term that they used back in the circus days when wrestling first started to mark
Oh,
people who have money so that they know who to go to make money off of them. That's what
gotcha.
the mark is. So people calling each other marks nowadays because they're fans of something is the dumbest shit ever.
There
Doesn't
you
make any sense.
go. Yeah. See, guys, the more you know, using that
But
term incorrectly.
whatever. I'm a fan of a lot of the people like Nick Gage, RSP, people in
Yeah.
Japan. So
And there's nothing wrong with being a wrestler and then being a fan of other wrestlers,
yeah,
because how else would who else would you have to look up to and go
yeah,
to for advice? And you know I know I've talked to a lot of wrestlers who are like, I've been in the locker room with so and so and so and so, and it was great getting you to sit under their tree and learn some things, and that's awesome.
yeah,
I
yeah,
really
for sure.
enjoy that people actually get along and take time to teach each other and learn from each other.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't know. Is that it's cut off on my end? Is that from?
Well,
Trying to
all
figure
you
out
can
what.
really see is my fat belly holding up the Young Dragon sign with the half the trophy. So yeah,
Yeah, I'm trying to
that's
figure out
me.
what trophy that is.
That's the AWR trophy. Yeah.
Okay, got it. I can't tell because it's just I see barbed wire.
Yep. It's actually.
Yeah, I love me some barbed wire. So, which do you hate more, barbed wire or razor wire?
I've never done razor wire,
Ooh, well,
so I can't.
that needs to happen so we can find
Yeah,
out. And
yeah,
just
you
make sure
probably
I'm
got me in
there
trouble
so I can
on that
glue you together.
one. How is RSP engaged behind the curtain? Um, RSP. Sometimes everyone has their good and bad days. Mostly the times I've seen him, he's had his awesome days with me. He's been super cool, super nice. Gage the same way, always fucking hyped. Anytime like the locker room seems like they're down or they don't know, like everyone's just complaining about something. Gage does one of his random fire up promos to like get the boys ready to give the fans what they asked for. So both
Nice.
are really good, really good people. Deserve a whole lot more. So
I really like what's going on with them right now. It's probably going to lead up to something really cool. I'm
yeah,
excited about that.
definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Well,
I don't follow the
I'm assuming
rules.
that
I don't play
maybe
ball.
people are in bed
I
since
do
it's almost midnight.
I do what I
Yeah,
want.
probably.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask you. So the fishing thing, I got sidetracked earlier. So do you catch and release or do you catch and eat?
I only catch and release. It depends upon who I'm with that they catch and cook, but I've never been with anyone that has caught and cooked anything. The first time I ever went fishing, um, first time I ever went fishing, I caught like an 18-inch bass, and I did bring that home and caught and catched it and cooked it. So that was the only one I ever did that to. I never done that to any other fish, just because I feel like that fish could have gotten a whole lot bigger and it could have been a trophy fish. So
Nice, nice. So do you like fish? Do you eat? I mean, obviously you cooked it, but
oh yeah, I love seafood.
awesome.
Give me shrimp, give me fish, give me lobster,
Oh
fucking
yeah.
anything. I would eat it. I'm the person to go to for seafood stuff.
Nice,
And
nice.
everyone goes seafood.
I love
This
seafood.
dude.
If I could live by the ocean and have seafood every day, I would. What's
Oh
your
fuck yeah.
favorite seafood?
Right now, it has to be shrimp. Shrimp's my favorite seafood. I can do oysters. I I tried those not too long ago.
Do you
Duck,
prefer them raw?
oysters.
Yeah.
I've only tried them ever cooked. Never tried them raw before.
Oh,
Cooked, they're pretty good.
yeah. Raw,
Um,
it's not for everybody. You have to know how to
yeah,
do it. It took me a long time. I had several tries before I was able to actually do it. The very first time I
yeah,
had oysters, um, I watched it was somebody I was with, and I watched him do it, and he's like, "Try it." So I put cocktail sauce on there and horseradish and the lemon, and it was in my mouth, and I was like holding it because I'm like, do I chew it? Do I just swallow it? And I'm like, and now my mouth is full of this thing, and I don't know what to do, and the textures were messing with me, and I was like, and I chewed it, and I'm like, no, swallowing's the way to go. So I swallowed the whole thing, and I was like, what the fuck?
yeah,
Like, people like this? And
yeah.
I mean, you have to go somewhere real good. Like, I've gone to the Oceaneer downtown, and they have amazing raw oysters there. They have an oyster bar, and it's not too bad, not too bad. But it's it is what it is.
Damn it.
Yeah, yeah.
I know when WrestleMania weekend is coming in Tampa, I'm gonna try to hit up a seafood place,
Oh,
see what's going on. So,
yes, you definitely have to. I'm pretty sure that's where you get the seafood at.
by the way, what is your take on Abdullah the Butcher as a wrestler and his supposed Hep C stories? Hep C stories. By the way, the rules up here in Massachusetts.
Hmm.
Um, as a wrestler, I liked him. He's good for what he was doing back in the day. Because I don't know if he wrestles now. I don't think he does. I think he's
I don't.
done because he has Hep C.
I'm not sure
But
yet.
back in the day, yeah, super dope. Him and fucking Brody, some of the bloodiest matches. Sold out arenas like fucking everywhere, especially Puerto Rico. Sold out arenas.
Nice.
Hep C stories. I don't know too much about the Hep C stories. I know he has it, but as far as like going in detail about it, I don't know. Again, I don't try to read into people's personal shit. So
Yeah. It's probably best that way. Like, knowing too much about people is
yeah,
not always the greatest.
yeah,
You know, I've heard a lot of things about people because I've taken some road trips, and I just keep all that shit to myself because you know that's that's the best way. Just keep it to yourself.
exactly. Uh,
If you know something about someone, just don't say anything. You know.
yeah, I used to be the opposite. I used to like people used to tell me back in the day when I first started. He was like, "Don't ever meet your idols," and I go, "Why not?" And then I would meet them, and then I would see how they are, and then I would let that dictate how I felt about them, which is completely wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because here's the problem I feel like nowadays. People don't know how to separate personal and business. I understand the personal shit falls into the business part, which then people have their own opinion about it, but it's just their opinion because you don't
Exactly.
know how they actually are. All you're seeing is what's being told on social media, and some of the stuff on social media can be fucking twisted to make the person seem like they're better than what they are. Whatever.
Exactly. Hmm.
You don't
And
know what's
just
been
the
documented
opposite.
about the dude. Yeah, you don't know what's been documented about the dude. Don't know anything.
Hmm.
So I try to keep myself to the point to where, all right, I don't know his personal shit, nor do I want to. I see him as a wrestler. We're working with each other. Fucking awesome. Let's do some good shit. Get
Right.
paid. Go the fuck home. Worry about your own goddamn self.
Exactly.
Cause the shit you're probably dealing with at home, guess what? Is probably worse than what he's doing, or is probably he's not even like he's probably doing worse than you.
Right.
But hey, that's just my outlook on it. That's my take on it. People
Right.
can take it how they want to. Don't give a
Exactly.
fuck.
Right.
Live your life. Here's what I've fucking found out recently. You can't always worry about what everyone else is doing. You got to worry about yourself. The one
Exactly.
time you worry about someone else is when the one time you worry about someone else is when you start getting attached to something, and attachment's the roots to all evil. I feel like. once you start getting attached to something, you start feeling that certain way about it, and that's what makes you jaded, and you don't understand things. And your mind's not open, your mind's closed. So I try to keep an open mind now. Especially, I learned all this stuff from Ace Perry. Ace Perry is one person who taught me
Hey, dude,
all
stop.
this.
Sorry, guys. Give it
Ace Perry
here.
taught me all this stuff about like keeping an open mind, perspective, because people's perspective is different from what yours are. So I've learned all this stuff from him, and he's helped me like mentally.
On here, please.
He's helped my mental
Don't
health
let it fall
really
off.
get better than what it was, because I've been to points where it
No,
was
right
bad,
under it.
been
Right,
down and out, and he's been there for me to help me. So
right here.
all props to him. But yeah, I try to keep business
Like
and
this. This way.
personal separate.
Okay, yellow
That's
one.
a smart idea.
Yellow one.
Brody
The
versus
gray.
Sheik in a match.
Never go
I think that'd be
upstairs.
fucking dope if Brody and Sheik was. Oh shit. Yeah, that'd be cool. If that was ever on the flyer, that'd be fucking dope. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Brody
Mom,
versus
can you
Sheik,
put it
that'd be
back?
pretty fucking cool. If
Put
it's
it like
happened, I
this.
haven't seen it,
I have to listen. Shush.
which people will probably call me a not a true fan, but whatever.
Yeah.
Brody versus Sheik would be cool though.
Oh,
If
yeah.
he set up
Definitely.
money upon.
Definitely.
Do this. Do this.
Well, I think we should probably do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and tell people who weren't here earlier one more time where they can find you on social media in case they need.
Everybody, if you care and you want to know more about me, find me on social media on Facebook at Del Patricks, Instagram as Del Patricks, and Twitter. Normally don't get on, but if you message me directly on there or like post something to my wall, I'll see it. That's also Del Patricks too. So thank you, everybody. I appreciate you guys sitting around for a couple hours, being just shooting the shit, talking about whatever. You
Yeah.
guys are the best. Thank you so
It was
much.
awesome to have you. Thank you for hanging out with us. Take care.
Yes, definitely. Take care.
Awesome.
I'm gonna say bye.